I'm Brian. Welcome back to Trade Talk Tuesday. We're going to continue with our Trading for Beginners series today. And today we're going to talk about probably the most exciting day of any stocks year, which is earnings day, right? Today, I'm going to give you a strategy on how to play earnings reports with huge accuracy. Usually, earnings is a total coin flip, right? Either they report strong earnings and the stock goes up, or they report weak earnings and the stock goes down. Bottom line is that there is always a huge amount of possible confusion, possible indecision when it comes to earnings reports. So today I'm going to outline a strategy that for a number of years I've used and that has a much higher level of success. Here's how I do it, okay? First, I go to Earnings Whispers, and then which tracks all of the upcoming earnings announcements. All right. So you can kind of like see here, if you scroll down, you'll see all of the companies set to report. It's either like before the open or after the market closes, and they have a whole calendar that so you could see the whole outline of earnings reports coming up, right? From there, I narrow that down of the companies that have options that are tradable, and then I look at the last 3 earnings reactions for every one of those companies. So I want to see companies that have shown consistently over the last 3 earnings reactions a move of at least 5% or more. It doesn't care whether it's up or down. I just want to make sure that that stock is consistently moving at a higher rate. All right. So then I isolate those companies, and then I use an option strategy going into that earnings report. And there's 2 different ways to do this, and I'm going to give you an example of each. All right. So the first one was on Tupperware. It's a great example. All right. Tupperware was about to report earnings, and their last 3 earnings reactions were just crazy huge moves. I mean, it was up 70% one time in reaction to earnings, then up 27%, and then down 32%. All right. So clearly, Tupperware makes monster moves. All right, so in this particular case, I played a Tupperware call spread. What I did was I bought the November 22 calls on Tupperware, and then I sold to open the Tupperware November 26 calls. It was a call spread. You buy one strike, and then you sell the higher strike. So the total entry for that day on that call spread play was $1.35. Okay, so that was one call spread strategy. Now, on the same day, First Solar was also reporting earnings. And again, similar to Tupperware, the last 3 reactions were monster moves. They were 19% up, 21% up, and then 9% down. All right. So in this particular case on First Solar, I didn't do a call spread. I actually did what I call an earnings strangle or a win-win strategy. So in this case, I bought the First Solar 8250 calls, and then I bought the First Solar 81 puts. All right, so I'm kind of playing that one both ways. Our total entry on that play was $5.42. Now, pull up the graphic and let's look at the 2 reactions that we saw on both Tupperware and First Solar that day. Oh, see? Okay. Both of those companies made monster upside moves. And that, in this case, was exactly what we wanted to see. So for Tupperware, remember, we entered it for $1.35. Tupperware blasts higher on earnings. The next day, we sold that call spread for $2.80. It was a 107% overnight winner. First Solar was even greater, right? Remember, we entered for $5.42. First Solar reports earnings, stock blasted off, and then we sold the next day our call put combo for a total of $14.10. It was a 160% overnight winner. So that's how we play earnings, right? We do it both ways. We have a company like Tupperware and First Solar. We identify those as 2 companies that are going to make big moves in either direction. And then based on like the pricing of the options, I will devise a strategy for you in which you could make up to 107% in this case on Tupperware on a call spread, and 160% on First Solar using a win-win strategy. Both names, big monster earnings moves and huge overnight winners. All right, so if you want more information on my earnings strategy, click this link below, and then, as always, stop hating, start trading. I'm Brian. See you here next week. You cue my exit music.